Hey, Coach, thanks a lot, and thanks, Jeff. I was just wondering, just from a stability standpoint and reliability standpoint, what do you think about what the Jamal Williams has brought to this offense this year?
Physical, leadership. He has a lot of intangibles. His skill set speaks for itself, but his leadership and the juice and energy that he brings to our whole entire football team. When he's not out there, we miss him.
He doesn't seem to get many easy runs either. I mean, but he's willing to pound it, carry after carry after carry. What does that say about him?
I didn't understand your question.
He doesn't get many like easy carries. He pounds the ball, and he doesn't seem to back down from it from that role. What does that say about him? That he's willing to do the tough, dirty work?
Just the way he takes care of his body that allows him to make those tough carries like you're talking about. You need guys that can run between the tackle, goal line, short yardage for a minute in those type of situations. But also, you count on that style wearing a team down. So a lot of those 3 and 4 yard runs you may see in the first half with a guy like Jamal, they turn into 10, 11, 12 yard runs in the second half.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Sure.
Corey?
Coach Lynn, how you doing this morning?
Good.
Hey, I'm sorry my screen is off. I'm trying to fix my camera, but I have a couple of questions. The first one is about Amon-Ra St. Brown. Just got named the Offensive Rookie of the Month for the NFC. Just from his time in training camp and preseason to now, what have you seen the biggest growth in him as far as a receiver?
His route running, his coverage recognition and his route running, which, that tends to be the development for most rookie receivers. He's definitely trending in the right direction. I think he's gotten better every single week. I can honestly say that about him.
And just over the past couple of weeks, there seems to have been a more concentrated effort towards getting him the ball as opposed to, the first weeks of the season. Was there any what did you see differently where it's just like, okay, we're going to get him more looks now as opposed to before?
Well, like I say, early in the year, he weren't quite seasoned like he is now. And you had TJ, the guys that you were trying to, get the ball to a little bit as well early in the year. But he blocks. And we've made it known that if you're a receiver in this offense and you block, you will get targets. And he's one of the best blocking guys on our football team.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Sure.
Dave?
Hey, Anthony, why is that? Why does that equate? Like if a receiver gets target or is a good blocker, why do they then get targets?
One, it speaks of his unselfishness to go in there and block in the run game, because you'd be surprised how many quality receivers that don't do that. But and then you want to reward a guy that does that. But also at the same time, when you can go in there and block safeties the way he does, it opens you up in the run game because they come downhill and you're running by them or you're running out breaking from them, So it goes hand in hand. And that's just one of the ways to get a receiver more involved is just tell him, if you block, we'll target you. You just have to start.
I asked Antoine this yesterday. I kind of wanted to ask you the same thing. If you can define what a number one receiver is to you, and can he, be that eventually? I mean, maybe it's unconventional and some people think he's a slot receiver, but he's certainly proven to be, capable of doing more so far. So is he a number one receiver in your mind?
He is definitely trending in that direction. And, I never want to label a guy and say what he can or he can't do, especially a rookie. He's got so much more to learn and so much more development and growth. And you're seeing some positive results right now. So where he can go with his game, who knows? But yeah, I do think he is trending in the right direction, and he can be whatever he wants to be.
And then last thing, I know you knew John Madden a little bit, or have a story about that. Maybe you can share your
I did know Coach Madden a little bit. I guess one of the stories with him is he called me about 5 years ago, and my phone rang. I answered my phone, and I said, hello. He goes, this is John Madden. And I said, yeah, this is Barack Obama. Who the hell is this? And said, no, this is John Madden. And I was like, come on, man, who is this? I don't have time for this nonsense. And he goes, Coach, this is John Madden, and I'm calling to ask you if you'd like to be on the competition committee. I said, oh. And after apologizing several times, we had a good 30-minute conversation. And I got to tell you, he has so much wisdom. And when he talks, I listen. And so just in that 30-minute conversation, first conversation I've ever had with him, I learned a lot.
Well, so two things on that. A, you just couldn't believe it was him because, I mean, John Madden doesn't talk to everybody, right? He's not
I
calling
didn't
him.
know John Madden had my phone number. I mean, no, it just kind of caught me off guard a little bit.
And then part two, John's obviously a very respected football guy. So to have him think of you in that light, wanting you to, to be on the competition committee, pretty high honor. What did that mean to you?
That meant a lot, just coming from him, especially. So that meant a lot. And I learned a lot with him, every year when we would meet down at the combine and we talk about this and that. I can see why the league is as popular as it is when you have guys like Madden like Coach Madden behind the scenes, making the decisions that he's making,
Yeah, great. Thank you very much. Happy New Year to you.
Sure. Thank you. Happy New Year.
Justin?
All right, guys.
Justin, go ahead.
You're ready to go. I get it. I asked Aaron this and Dan this as well, but from your experience as a player and a coach, how much carryover do you see from the way a team closes out one season to the way they maybe carry that into the next?
I think that is huge. The way you finish, you go into the off season with some momentum. And with the personnel department that, we have here, this team is going to get better. And I look for this team to have if we finish out strong right now, you look for this team to have a fast start next year. I believe that.
So clearly, it's something you passionately believe in. Do you have any examples from your career, whether playing or as a coach, where, the team seemed to be building that chemistry late in one year and carried it into the next?
Yeah, I've been on several teams where we finished strong, and either we were going into the playoffs or we were getting ready for the next year. And I think my last year with LA, we won the last 4 games, and I thought, they have a new staff there and all that, but I hope they make the playoffs. That they're playing well enough to make the playoffs. But I thought they had a fast start this year. I think the way they ended that year last year may have helped that.
Thank you, Anthony.
Sure.
Coach, we got one more. John, cap us off.
Hey, Anthony, good morning. I do have a couple questions.
Yeah.
Yep. First question is regarding the tight ends. I know now a couple new members on the roster because of injury. What are the potential challenges you're seeing integrating the new members, the tight ends, this week in the game plan?
We brought in Travis. We brought Jared Pickney back. He was here before. And those young men, they're going to have to play, and they've played in this league before. And, right now their heads are spinning, but hopefully by Sunday, things will slow down for them a little bit, but they're going to have to play and help us win.
And my final question, I just was wondering, at this point in the season, how much do you pay attention to analytics? I know Dan has been heralded for making, decisions, being aggressive on 4th down seems to be correct in the analytics world. How much do you incorporate that? How much do you peek at it in decision making and looking at, the talks in terms of being aggressive and things like that?
I say, especially this year and over the years, I've paid more attention to analytics. I probably used to be more of a feel guy. I've played this game all my life, and I feel like I have a good feel for it. But analytics can kind of point you in the right direction. I don't think they have all the answers, but it definitely can point you in the right direction and bring up some interesting conversations. But here at the Lions, we really study analytics a lot, and we have a great analytics department. And so I've learned a lot since I've been here this year with analytics.
Yeah, so what's your comfort level with it in terms of moving forward? Because it seems like a lot of the teams and coordinators are looking at analytics in terms of their decision making and play calling and things like that. How comfortable are you with the numbers and what you're seeing?
Like I said, you still have to take into account your experience. You have to take into account the physicality of our game and personnel. You still have to look at analytics, but you still have to look at all those different things too before you make your decision.